Hello, everyone, and welcome to Leecros Reviews Year 1, featuring the game 10 Million. It's a game by 88 Games. It's on Steam for $5. It's a cheap little game. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like Bejeweled, that sort of game where you make matches and things happen. Although, in this case, the things are your little adventurer dude up here doing things. So, it's a lot of fun. I suggest you check it out. But that's not what this video is about. Now, as I'm sure you could tell from the introduction and my subsequent commentary, it's been an entire year since I started putting videos up on YouTube. A whole year. And times has flown past. And, it's really been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed all the time that I put into this, and I hope to be continuing to do it. Now, I know that I haven't posted too much in the last month or so, and that is because of personal issues. I can't really get into it, because obviously it's details of my personal life. It's nothing bad, it's just I haven't really had the opportunity to record because I don't have a lot of alone time anymore. And with that said, so what have I been doing the last year? Well, I started off my entire, I want to call it a career. It's not a career, I'm just doing this for the fun of it. But I started off the whole thing playing Sword of the Stars, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, but I got my butt kicked. Like, I did really bad. Yeah. And that was unfortunate. I should just use my Q there. I shouldn't be even wasting time with it. And it was really too bad, because there was a lot to that game. I wanted to show it to everyone, and I did, and I lost horribly. But that's okay. After that, I went to Lords of Magic, another personal favorite of mine, and I was actually very surprised at how much positive commentary came out of that from you guys. I wasn't expecting Lords of Magic to be a game where I actually got a lot of people for me to watch it. It just seems like an old crappy game that, well, I love it. It has some issues, but that's okay. I really wasn't expecting it to be as fun as it was, and as popular as it was, which it was popular. I think it's my second most popular series to date, maybe third, which I only have 5 series, but still. And after that I did Gunpoint. I had a lot of fun with Gunpoint, but not many people really liked it. And I can understand that. It's not exactly a game that I would play normally, and I think I mentioned that in the videos. But I still enjoyed it. I still got a little bit of commentary from it. And it's important to note that during this entire time, I had a lot of audio issues. And those have been mostly worked out, which is fortunate, because the audio from the earlier games sounded horrible compared to what it does today. And now that I've fixed that, I feel a lot more confident about my videos, which is kind of important. So after that, what did I do after that? I think it was, it was one of those games that everybody's talking about. I think it was Crusader Kings 2. I mean, I don't remember doing any Crusader Kings 2, but apparently on my video it says I did Crusader Kings 2, so I'm just joking. I'm sure you could figure that out. But I played a lot of Crusader Kings 2. I did a Hellenic run. I haven't gone back to it yet. After the whole setbacks that I had, I got really tired of Crusader Kings for a while, and then my life hit where it is today, where I don't have that much time to record, and I just haven't been able to record as much of it as I would like. Which is too bad, because I'm having a lot of fun with it, despite all the drawbacks. But I'm still plan on continuing it. It's not going away anytime soon, but it might. And if it does, it's not going to be because I want to. Paradox is releasing a big expansion for Crusader Kings 2. It's going to include India. I don't know what's going to come from that. It might destroy saved games, although I don't think it will. If it does, if it corrupts my game, then that'll probably be it for a while as far as Crusader Kings 2 goes. I mean, I like the game, but I don't really want to restart at this point in time. And it's really too bad because, on one hand, yeah, the new... Since I started, they released the whole Iron Man things. I'd like to do that. But also, they removed Hellenic pagans from the character editor. So I can't play Hellenic and do a hardcore game. I can't. Which is a shame. I'd love to. So if I go back to it after that changes and I lose my files, I'm not going to be able to do a hardcore game. It's just that simple. But that's alright. So, now we're getting at the beginning of this year, where I started to drop off my content. I stopped recording videos as much, I stopped all of that, and it's really set me back. Hopefully, sometime it will change soon. I have no ETA on that, and I can't really get into well, I don't really want to get into details. I mean, I could, but it's my private life. I would appreciate a little respect for it. So, I don't want to see any, hey, why aren't you posting videos? Or, you suck, you should put the videos on hold. Or, not the videos on, so you should put your life on hold to make videos, etc., etc., etc. I have a life outside of YouTube. It's going to be like that for a long time, and it's just something that people have to deal with. But, I mean, this will be my 85th video, and I did the math. A little less than 4 videos per day over the entire year. That's not really a terrible number. I mean, it is when I wanted to hit 1 video per day, and there for a while I was releasing 1 video per day. But what can you do? There's not too much you can do. Life happens, we all have to put through it, and it's just as simple as that. It's just going to be the way it's going to be, and that's just the way it is. Yes. Anyways, what am I going to do from here? Well, it's a good question. I've been thinking about it over the last couple weeks, leading up to this video, and I think I want to go back to Sword of the Stars 1. And I mentioned this last year when I was finished with Sword of the Stars, initially, and I was thinking back then that I was going to go Sword of the Stars, then Sword of the Stars 2, and then, from there, we would see where the road led us as far as Sword of the Stars went. But I'd like to do Sword of the Stars 1 again. I received a lot of positive feedback from it, and I want to share more of the game with you, even though I've already done it. So, there's that. What else? I was considering doing another Lords of the Magic playthrough. I'm not gonna do that right now. Mostly because, well, it's an old game, and while I enjoy it, I don't think I would want to play it regularly, every couple of years, and I don't really want to get into the habit of going back and repeating my last stuff, but I think for my early stuff, I will, and I'll tell you why. It's because, well, I'm sure many of you can guess, but my videos at the start had horrible audio quality problems. I mean, there was lag, there was... it was real grainy and staticky. There's a lot of background noise. There's still a lot of background noise, but that's my furnace. I can't do anything about that until springtime. But I go back and take a look at my early videos. I hate them. I don't like them at all. And I'd like to redo some of those old series. Probably not Gunpoint. I had fun with Gunpoint. It was a cheap little game, and I enjoyed it, but I don't think that I will be going back to play it again anytime soon. Maybe in a few years, and if I do, it will be by myself. It won't be for anything. It'll just be there, and I'll play it. Either way, there's that. What else? I've actually gotten a bit of comments from a couple of my online friends who watch my videos that they would like to see more Descent. I can't really promise that, because, like I mentioned in the Descent video, the one Descent video that I did, Bandicam doesn't want to record it. I don't know why, it just doesn't want to. So, if I can get that recording to work, I will probably do some Descent. I'll probably play through the first game, maybe the second game. I don't know. We'll see. But, there is that. What else do we have? Well, Crusader Kings 2, I'd like to continue doing that series. I think I mentioned that already, but that's okay. That's a series that I've always loved. I have over 900 hours into the game now, compared to like the 500 that I had before, and a lot of it wasn't me recording anything, it was just me playing. It's still a lot of me playing. There's a lot of mods and all that stuff to play with. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you people who have played Crusader Kings 2 have heard of, like, the Game of Thrones mod, and you have the Elder Kings mod, and there's a whole bunch of other mods. I think there's a global mod. A mod that adds in the entire whole world. There's a lot of things to play with there, and I'm doing horribly. But I probably won't be starting that anytime soon. There's other Paradox games, of course. There's Europa, there's Mountain Blade. I could do that. There's a bunch of games that I have that I've considered doing. One series that I am definitely thinking of doing is... what is it called? Oh god, it slipped my mind. Oh, Silent Storm. Some of you might recognize that name. It's a relatively popular game, near as I could tell. Not really popular. It's kind of a game in the same vein as, like, XCOM, where you have a group of men and you're running through... well, it's not XCOM. You're not fighting aliens. You're fighting the enemies. Bad guys, bad people, good people, depending on what side you choose. World War II. It's nothing I can't say it's nothing futuristic. Crap. For those of you who are aware of Silent Storm, you might know what I'm talking about. They have a little bit of future tech involved. But that's a series. I've played it a lot before, and I had a lot of fun with it. I'd love to play it for my channel. But again, we'll see. So, what else? Well, oh wait, I've completely forgotten about Sword of the Stars The Pit. You know, those videos that I've been doing that nobody really likes. So I started Sword of the Stars The Pit. It was my new series in 2014. Did I mention it? Oh, now I don't even remember. Well, I know that I didn't mention what I'm going to do with the series, because I would have remembered that. Anyway, Sword of the Stars The Pit. I've done 7 episodes. I haven't beaten the game yet. That probably won't be happening anytime soon, just based on the way the last few runs have been going. Sorry, I'm getting out of breath and my throat's getting dry now because of 15 minutes of constant talking. There we go. Anyways, I think I'm going to play through all of the characters in Sword of the Stars The Pit Gold. That is a given. After that, I'm probably not going to do as many videos on it as I have been. The game has turned out to actually be really hard to record because there's a lot of redundancy about it. There's a lot of, oh, what's in this room? Oh, there's enemies in this room. Let's kill these enemies. Let's loot their bodies. There's a lot of that. There's not a lot of variation because there's not a lot of random things that happen. I mean, there's random things that happen and I comment on them, but it's... One moment. So, of course, I haven't had a single phone call all day, and the minute that I sit down to do a super special, awesome, important video, the phone rings. Who'da thunk it? Anyways, like I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying. Yes, Sword of the Stars of the Pit. I will probably not be playing it as much as I have been. I'll probably post the video occasionally, just to say, hey, look at this. Yeah, well, I'm still doing this. But it's not going to be any kind of regular series. There's not going to be any regularity about it. It's just going to be me going, I kind of want to do some Sword of the Stars of the Pit. Yeah, let's do that. And that's going to be that. As far as other series go, the only other one that I have is, well, Leecros reviews. You know, that thing that I used to do for every game that I played and then just kind of stopped. I still haven't done a Lords of Magic reviews. I still haven't done... I think the last one I did was Gunpoint. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I don't mind doing them. There's just... Well... When you put review in front of something, it implies that you have a professional knowledge of the game, like a real professional knowledge, not just, oh, well, I played this game. And I kind of felt bad for people looking at my videos thinking, oh, well, this guy says he's a reviewer, so why doesn't he review? And I don't know. It just seems like I'm not really qualified to review the game. I don't sit down and mash out every little problem with the game and then go back and play it. I guess it could be more like a casual review where, an average run, this is what happens. But I just didn't feel really confident enough to put those videos out there so that, in case that I screw something up. So, I don't know. I might decide to do them. I might decide just to drop it, except for, like, well, the year-end reviews. I plan on doing these every year. Hopefully, they're less rambly. I'll probably write a script next time so I don't forget important details, like what I did. And that's not even... Didn't even mention the one-off video that I did of SCP Containment Breach. That's a game that I probably won't do a series of. It'll probably, I don't know, maybe I'll do, like, a series right around Halloween for it. But that'll be it. And it's not going to be a year-round thing, or until I beat the game, or something like that. And that goes for any horror game. Maybe I'll just pick up a horror game and do one every year. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. I usually don't, if you haven't noticed that yet. Which means I'm really terrible at strategy games where you have to think far ahead. Especially when I'm recording. So, I mean, that's about it. I mean, there's not that much to say. I apologize for not putting up more content. I'm as frustrated with it as I'm sure some of you are. It's just the way things have to be sometimes. I can't really change it right now, but the end of this whole not having a chance to record situation, the end of that is in sight. It just might take a few more months to... I don't know what that achievement is. Bump key. I guess that's what happens when you're playing a game and you don't pay attention. Oh well. It's just... it's life. I mean, that's the simplest way I can put it. Welcome to life. And right now, life is kind of punching me in the balls. Not really. As far as me... it is as far as me wanting to do something and not having the chance to do it. I suppose that's more accurate. So yeah, I mean... I've done better at this than I thought I would. I mean, I thought I was going to record videos, and I was going to get, like, maybe 5 views per video, and people are going to say, oh my god, you suck. I especially expected that in the early videos, because, well, quite frankly, they did suck. And this is coming from me! So, I want to thank you all for sticking around. I want to thank you for all the positive feedback, and even the negative feedback. I mean, any feedback helps me a lot. It lets me know where I should focus my attention to. And usually, simple views is enough. Like, I know not a lot of people like the Sword of the Stars series, because I only get 5 or 6 views on them compared to, like, my... Crusader Kings 2, that's it. My Crusader Kings 2 game where I get maybe 25 views. And I really appreciate it. I mean, I do. I can't express my gratitude enough that I like it when you guys watch my videos. I like it when I see people subscribe. And I like it when I see likes and views on my videos, even the negative ones. Although I did have a dramatic no when I saw the first dislike on a video. But that's okay, it was during Sword of the Stars the Pit. I'm not too concerned about that series, as I'm sure my tone has expressed. So I think that's about it. I mean, Leecros, year 2. Let's begin. Let's begin anew. Let's begin afresh. Let's do something fun. That's what gaming's all about. It's about the fun. It's about getting in and playing games and excitement and conquering nations and breeding imbecile babies and grooming them to be king and building the perfect battleship to go off and destroy your enemies and recruiting a fantasy army and researching epic spells of destruction to burn your enemies alive. That is gaming. And it's more popular now than it has ever been in the past. This is the time to be a gamer. Look at Steam. Steam gets millions of views a day. They sell hundreds and hundreds of games a day. It's a wonderful thing. There's so many indie games out on the market now that you could probably find a game that does exactly what you want. And that is awesome. That is amazing, the things that people do nowadays. And it's just a wonderful thing. And I want to thank every single one of you. I think I have 14 subscribers now. That's more than I thought I would get. I thought I would get 3. 1, 2, 3. Riot House, Joe, and Major. Yeah, 3. I thought I would get 3 subscribers, and everybody else would be like, "Oh my god, you are a Tetsuxor." And I just want to thank every single one of you for so much support. Even just watching the videos, it means a lot to me. And I thank you. Here's hoping that year 2 is better than year 1, because year 1 was Tetsuxor.